Hi, this is Ben from Turnsounds, and if you're looking for Anthony Daniels, look for the guy in the gold jacket. He apparently wears a gold jacket all around the place, looking like a game show host.
Oh,
just to make sure that everyone knows who he is.
Yeah. Against my better judgment, I did. I'm yet
You
to
got
start
the
it.
book.
I got the audio book IMC3PO.
Nice.
I haven't started it yet. I'm still finishing Into the Dark. I'm the very tail end towards the epilogue, but of that.
Hello,
So
welcome to the book. Oh, that's not.
Oh, man.
I'm not actually
If it
C3PO.
starts-
It's me, Anthony.
if it starts like that, I'm going to be so. I'm going to struggle through this, guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it for the content.
You got that.
I'm doing it for the content.
I'm expecting the actual opposite. I think much that you'll go into it with fury in your heart, you'll go, do you know what? You're actually pleasant when you're not on screen and
Yeah.
is braggadocious the right word? I don't know. He's very
Braggadocious is a very good word for it. Maybe. I don't know. Look, I'm trying to be open about it.
Please do.
I've heard it's good, but then I don't trust that information.
And you bought it anyway.
Yeah, I did it anyway. And you know what? The listeners need to know that I'm willing to step out there for them, I suppose.
Okay.
You're braver than most.
I know, right?
Why, hello!
This isn't the right one. What a-
Oh, it's I forgot. It's the old one. Oh, no. You got to leave all this in. This is great.
But I need my opening.
What content?
I need my opener because it has our opening sound as.
Oh.
Look, I'm going to artificially insert that. This has been a disappointing start. Oh boy.
Oh.
They're the best kind of starts. Though.
Okay. Oh, I got it.
Disappointment. It's all relative. It's all subjective, I should
That's
say.
right.
Ryan Johnson got to you. All right. Hello there, and welcome to your favorite disappointing Star Wars show, Astromech. We are the Star Wars appreciators for the Star Wars appreciators.
We should rename this Star Wars Appreciation Society.
Oh, I like
the
that.
podcast.
We get like badges.
Yeah.
And like,
Branded tattoos.
that's good.
The Brotherhood.
The brotherhood of Star Wars Society people.
Right. Episode 92. It took us that many episodes to get to that. XCII is what you're listening to at the moment.
Nice.
And today is brought to you by Carrie. You remember Carrie?
Yeah.
Inverted commas, Carrie.
Yeah. I remember Carrie.
Yeah, new listener
Yeah,
to the
cool.
show.
Thank
She
you for
recently did something wonderful for us. She plugged in at turnsounds.com and she is now supporting us in more ways than one. So,
That's awesome. That's great.
yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Keeping the show running since 2021. That's what you can say.
Yeah.
We appreciate it very
The
much
first
so.
2 months.
How are you? How are you boys anyway?
Oh, good.
It's been a week, I think, for everybody. There's been a lot of things happening. Been a lot of things happening.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm okay. I've had a frustrating day, but I'm happy to be talking with you both. Star
Have you
Wars.
been listening to Anthony Daniels?
Oh, just
Building in rage.
if could you buy? Sorry, let me start again. You bought the audio book.
Yeah, I've got the audio book. I am C3PO.
Can you share it with a friend or something?
I can probably look at maybe sharing it.
On
Possibly.
Audible, is that where you got it?
Yeah, well, that's where I go for all audio books.
You'd
They
have
don't
to log
sponsor
into
us.
Andrew's account.
I'd have to, I'll have
Which
to
I
figure
mean,
out how
I've
that
trusted you enough to share my Amazon account, so you could just go on and buy whatever you want.
You have done that
if
yourself.
you wanted to.
works. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's a quick.
That wasn't me giving you permission to do. I'm just saying, trust. Okay.
There you go.
Trust. All right, very nice. And one other thing, just let me do some crowdsourcing here at the moment. The both of you will have to do because.
By crowd, you mean the two people in the room?
Do you guys ever actually go on to turnsounds.com to Astromech and use the web player for our episodes there? Have you ever done that?
Do you mean like the
I've gone on to
YouTube web?
test it.
Do you mean the YouTube web player or the audio?
The
web
audio
player?
one, yeah.
Not so much recently, but I did previously.
Okay. We got a message from our best friend over in the Netherlands, Apple Juiceable.
Hey,
or Grape
buddy.
Juiceable, depending on how you're feeling. We
Yeah,
can
that's
leave
right.
that open.
Yep.
He's having trouble. Apparently, they're missing files, and when I went to try, they're all there. So we hear you. We're working on it.
Strange.
Maybe
It would have. Oh no, that was just on YouTube. I did see the email we got.
Yeah.
That certain countries haven't got one of the last episodes because it had the rock lobster in it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I thought to myself, is it that good, a rendition that they're copywriting me? But
I
I
did-
think it's just the music portion.
Yeah, I
portion of it.
did. I did notice that on the YouTube video, it does at the bottom. It talks about the B-52s, rock lobster, and stuff. I'm like, oh, music in this episode, cool, man.
Ah, yeah. Well, I've gone and lost my train of thought now.
Look, I haven't had issues logging into.
That's right. I
the
found
thing.
it.
But then I also use a podcast app
That's
to
it. That's it.
receive. So good one that I recommend. They don't sponsor me or us, but they're good. Podcast Addict. I think it's on Google Play. It might be on the App Store as well. But they're a pretty solid podcast platform to use to kind of, and it connects to iTunes and all that sort of stuff. So
And YouTube's another good option now that that's up.
yeah,
so.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, Apple did actually suggest that perhaps they were deleted from the archive's memory by some Sith who's trying to stop our podcast from getting out into the world.
Interesting.
So if that's either of
That's-
you, if I
that's
find
valid.
out that that's either of you, then my congratulations to you because you've kept it very well under the wraps. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, opening thoughts of the day. Do we have any?
I'll save most of mine for a segment later. So yeah,
Okay.
no, nothing that
We have a
stands out.
segment later.
Indeed, we do.
Okay. I'm just trying to think. So
Okay,
there's
you go.
I was going to
I've
say
also-
there's
yeah.
been a bit of news that potentially, I don't want to interrupt. You're getting angry.
Keep talking.
Ryan Johnson's trilogy.
That's not what I thought you were going to
Oh,
say.
okay.
So I'll look forward to that. We've already talked about this.
Yeah. So there's a bit of rumor saying that it's still kind of in the works, possibly. And thinking about it, I think if he's got his own run of his own trilogy, I'm kind of interested to see what he does with it. You know, because he's not within kind of the middle of an established series where he has to work with other things. He can do his own things. So, yeah. What are we?
First of
yeah.
all, are you reading this from the tweet that some lady sent out? Who is this lady? Who?
I don't know. I saw it. There was there's been a bunch of news articles or like, you know, your sort of popular culture news websites that have kind of released that sort of information saying it's potentially still in the works. You know, it hasn't gone away, but
Okay,
yeah.
something to look forward to.
Yeah, possibly.
On that, while we're not a new Star Wars podcast, here's some more news for you. Hey! I saw a banner on Facebook today, something from newly established Lucasfilm Games, something called Star Wars Battles that's coming up.
Interesting. I haven't seen this.
Sounds like a really terrible iPhone app, but I hope it's not.
Do you know what the artwork looks like it?
Oh no.
Oh,
Let me tell you.
man,
But
really?
from what people are surmising, and we know nothing about this, it's effectively a Star Wars battle royale, like a Fortnite type
Oh,
thing, is what they're thinking.
So
Now look,
it is
look,
pretty-
look. If that's what it is,
that's
well,
worse than what I was thinking.
well, if maybe not, because if either of you know what Apex Legends is, it's kind of the same thing, but like a first-person shooter.
I'm a Titanfall gamer.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to
No,
Apex.
I'm with you there. I'm with you there.
Okay.
But on that, if it is, you know, first person and it's pretty much just like another Battlefront, but maybe a bit more cartoony, well, I'll give it a try. And heck, if it's free,
Yeah, true. Yeah, if it's free, then they'll get a fan base automatically. Good point.
because some of the Star Wars characters were popping up in Fortnite for a while,
Yeah.
like as skins and whatnot. So maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're
Exclusive.
into gaming and shooting people across the world in the head, it could be for you.
Not good enough for headshots, man.
Barely good enough to play.
My thought of the day, Baby Yoda, right? How old's he when we meet him?
50.
Grogu. Now we know.
Yeah. Get it right.
Actual Yoda, when he dies, is how old, Andrew?
900,
About 900, right?
roughly. Yeah.
So we know that the baby of the species at age 50 is still goo goo gagaing, pretty, you know,
Yeah.
can't hold intelligent conversation and whatever.
Yeah.
So if you look at it from
I would
that
argue
way,
that maybe Yoda, even at 900, can't hold intelligent conversation. But please continue.
Can't even talk the right
know.
way. He's got everything backwards.
His syntax is all over.
he
the
gets
place.
people where they need to be, and that's the important thing.
Okay, continue.
if at 50 you're still effectively like a toddler, then 900 is really not that impressive,
I've
is
brought
it?
this up before, that it doesn't
I think we did
quite,
make mention.
doesn't quite add up, does it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because we got to do like the whole dog years conversion thing where it's like if 50 is the equivalent of maybe 3 or 4 years old, then 900, what
No,
is
but
it
it's
like?
not, like, he can't even talk. Like, a 4-year-old's fairly,
Yeah, he's like a toddler, like 2 years less.
Mm.
So yeah, I would say that, and we've talked about it in a previous episode, but I'd say it's just a slow developmental phase.
Mm.
That's why they're so short
Mm.
and also green because they've gone moldy.
Correct me if I've got the maths wrong. I think, with that logic, he should only be like 5 or 6 years old or something like
So
that.
that explains why, like, you've got him in Return of the Jedi ruffling through, Luke's stuff, like,
Exactly.
causing trouble. Yeah, he's just a little kid.
Empire, actually, not Return of the Jedi.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I was more thinking as he's dying, but you're right. Yeah, that is in
When he's ruffling.
Empire. Thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, do you recall something called Duel of the Mates?
Believe it
Because
or not.
we certainly do.
Oh yeah.
Are
We certainly know how to push buttons. This is our part of the show where we bring 2 trivia questions each, and we appreciate them. We learn some things, we laugh, we
do.
cry, and we walk away from it friends. Maybe.
Have we laughed or cried at any point during this?
During this show, yes. And mostly because of Ben.
Yeah, true.
He's brought many laughs.
Okay.
And also many
laughs.
tears.
Yeah. It's a tear duct problem.
Yeah.
Benjamin, my friend,
Yahoo.
would you like to...
Sure.
Mario, my friend.
All right. So, can you give me the exact quote that Obi-Wan says to the Chancellor in response to, "You're no match for him. He's a Sith Lord." You like that impression?
Andrew. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Isn't it something Sith Lords are our speciality?
Yeah. Chancellor Palpatine. Followed by Sith Lords are our speciality.
Nice teamwork. Yeah,
Yeah,
we got
cool.
it. Although
I
Isaac
knew
probably
that-
would have got it by
Yeah.
himself as well.
He would have got it by himself. I forgot about the Chancellor Palpatine.
Well, you said something, so you knew there was a void there. that
Yeah, I knew.
needed to go, so
Yeah. Well, I haven't watched that episode in a long time.
That was good.
Long time.
Would you like to go next, Isaac?
I would. Do you recall I had questions a little while ago regarding your friend C-3PO, Anna?
Okay.
And R2-D2. Like, I bring you a bit of their dialogue together, and you tell me which movie is this from and which scene. Because
Okay.
it really sometimes could be from any one of the movies. You just don't know.
Okay.
So here comes the first one. It's about 10 seconds long. Dittany, we love you.
R2-D2, you've come back. You found what? How dare you call me that?
There you go. What do we think?
I'm gonna say Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. Awakens.
Awakens as we like at the end when R2 wakes up and he's got the map of Luke and
Okay.
Good.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That sounds solid to you, Ben?
I'm gonna agree with Andrew. It could be wrong, but hey, that's a good guess.
Very well done.
Ah,
Nice
yes.
teamwork for both of you.
Nice.
Andy, what do you got for
Cool.
us?
All right, so I was watching Rogue One, the other good film. Well, they're all good films. Except for
We should talk more about Rogue One.
We should talk more about Rogue One. So here's an opportunity to remember about Rogue One. So on Eridu, we're in the rain. Jin's gone off to
Edu, my friend.
Edu, is what I said.
All these memorable names from Rogue One.
No. So I was watching the scene and I even spelled the name wrong. Anyway, Jin walks off into the rain and Chirrut decides that he is going to follow her. Baz calls out and says, "Good luck."
Do you
What-
remember this scene, Ben?
Do you remember? Ben doesn't
No,
remember.
like I remember the rain planet, but I don't remember this.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Okay.
So Baz says good luck
Mm-hmm.
as Chirrut's walking off. What does Chirrut say in return?
I don't need it. I'm blind.
Yeah.
Very close,
Oh,
actually. Very close.
I was going to say something along the lines of, like, I don't need luck or something like that.
Also very close. You're halfway
I
there.
have the Force. Yeah.
I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
No. So it's I don't need luck. I have you.
Oh, of course it is.
Ah,
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Not bad.
So
Classic. You're coming with me, boy. Yeah. Nicely done. Benjamin, your next question.
Yes, quite an easy one. What is
I'll take it.
okay.
Watto?
What is Watto?
Yeah.
I'm a Dodarian.
Matrix another work on me.
No Republic credits.
It's good. It's good. Can I ask you to spell it just to make it slightly harder?
What?
Toydarian.
Probably. It's not what I had, but you're probably right.
So you just guessed it.
Well, I wrote this down like 6 months ago, and I'm pretty sure I researched it and copied and pasted the spelling, but I might have just not done that at all. So who knows?
Look, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. My next track. Where is this from? Which movie? Which scene?
Okay.
Otto, are you sure this is the right place? I'd better knock, I suppose.
Easy.
Come on. Take. All right. Take 2 seconds. Let's let the listeners go. Yes. Where? And go.
You go first.
I was going to say Jabba's Palace
Yep.
in
Same.
episode 6.
It's really outside Jabba's palace. but,
Wow.
Front door.
Here's
It's the
thing.
knocking
If
that
I'm
gave it away.
knocking on your door and someone says, "Hey, where are you?" on the phone, I'm going to say, "I'm at Isaac's house."
No, you'll say I'm outside Isaac's
No,
house.
that's
No,
not what
probably.
I mean.
I'm with Ben on this one.
I'll be very confused if I walk up and go, "What? I thought you said you were in Isaac's house."
But I didn't say in, I
Okay.
said at.
I'm going
At.
to do my question now
Okay.
before this devolves any further. Okay, so so Rogue One still. Let's go all the way to the end to the happy joy scene. What does Cassian say to Jin on the beach at the end? As the
Give us a hug, love.
Can I get a kiss since we're about to die?
That's
Not
actually
quite.
closer than.
Yeah, and that's the part where we go, please don't add romance into this. They're about to die. So what does he say? What does Cassian say? I was going to ask what Jin said to Cassian, but I think I've already done that question.
I think I know.
Okay, all right. Ben's hazard night.
All right.
Okay, what do you reckon?
I believe he says, "Your father would be proud."
Ding, ding, ding.
I don't know that voice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. You're very much off, but the lyrics were correct.
Okay.
The accent was terrible.
I'll take that point though. I deserve that point.
You do. I'm sorry, Ben. I forgot that you don't like taste and haven't watched Rogue One in a while.
Hey now.
Hot take.
Hot.
Look, I'm missing some sound effects from my keyboard, and I don't know why this is. I don't know how this has happened.
Do you need us to make up soundboard?
It's more like like he's got a fat lip or something.
Okay.
Someone erased it from the archive memory.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Come on, kid.
Oh man.
It's really wonderful, the mind of a child. Yeah, no
Just
one
not
else
the
does.
language. All right. Well, I have a segment here called "The Lesser of Two Evils."
Do what you feel is right.
This is where I artificially inserted the sound effect. Yeah, da-da-da, that's how it went. Yeah. You must do what you feel is right. So we're going to look at two things which are not great, and we're going to decide between the two of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I submit to you, gentlemen and ladies listening. Ben is still very much looking for.
Sure.
Okay.
He's looking for love in Alderaan places.
turnsounds@gmail.com. Hit us up.
Apparently.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we have arrived at Return of the Jedi, and what's it going to be? Lapti neck with the old puppetry, or Jedi rocks with CGI lips on a stick lady?
Oh.
Which of the two are we going
We've done this as a certain point of view, haven't we?
I think it was on topic to be one.
Okay.
I don't know if I was trying to remember that, but I don't know.
This is which is the lesser of two evils.
Yeah. I actually have a fairly strong opinion on this, which,
Yes, same.
yeah.
I could be swayed by arguments,
Could you be bought with credits?
not Republic credits.
That's all I got.
What order do you want to go?
Mon Calamari flan. Anyway, maybe.
Why don't you pick one
Yeah,
and let us know, Andrew, and then we'll see if we can sway your opinion.
Yeah, I'm really hoping.
you want me to pick one? So I want to say that Lips on a Stick is worse.
Animated is worse than.
Animated is worse than Lupty Neck.
Okay. Benjamin?
Yeah, same. I'd prefer the puppet.
Okay. All right. Yeah, as it happens, I am opposed to the two of you.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
There you go.
So have you guys actually watched that in a while?
I haven't seen it in a while.
No,
No.
not properly, no.
Because up until recently, I had the same opinion. And then I watched, and you can clearly see this is maybe the worst puppeted thing in the whole of Star Wars.
Really? Okay.
It's-
Interesting.
It's like they've like glued her hands to the microphone, and they've just got like some kind of a string attached to her knees, and so she's just bopping with her knees and something like that.
Okay.
It does not look good.
It sounds like me when I want to dance and sing.
Hey, I've seen you dance and sing. You're,
Yeah, that's horrifying.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Interesting. Ben, so obviously we have someone who has a different opinion to us. What are your thoughts on Lupty Neck?
Look, you might have even convinced me already. I'd have to go and watch it. My argument was going to be that the puppet's better, even though it doesn't look great. That was sort of the best they could do at the time.
Right.
But based on what you're saying, and I'd have to look at it again, it sounds like it's not the best they could do by any means.
See, the reason-
Considering especially we've got Yoda and all these other great puppets. It's
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
Oh, now you've done that? Oh, okay. Come on, guys.
Look at Jabba in the same scene, who's like operated by 3 different people. Like,
Right.
why did you have to? The thing I don't like about the animated one, I think it like looks fine as far as animation goes. It's not terrible, but she full on breaks the fourth wall and looks into the camera and like, and I'm like, what are you doing? Why did you have to have that shot of all things?
Yeah, you're right. I think that's why I don't like Lips on a Stick.
Very MTV type, you know.
Yeah.
Look at the camera.
And
well,
but it was
Lupty
done.
Neck's shorter, isn't it, though?
Yeah, it kind of plays off in the background as well.
Well, that's a big plus for me as well because, like, why did anyone think it was a good idea to just chuck a music video,
That's a good point.
long extended musical number in the middle of a Star Wars movie? Like, just keep it. It's part of the atmosphere in the background of Jabba's palace. Sure, have it very briefly, but
Well, they
it's
kinda,
like if you walked in the cantina. And then for like it's probably not 5 minutes, 2 minutes, let's say.
not even.
There's like a close up of all the Cantina band playing through the whole song, and like everyone's dancing, and it's just like an awkward dance scene for 2 minutes.
Well, you have to ask yourself as well, what was that scene for? And it was kind of like so that the Twi'lek dancer who was trying to get away, she could like do it during all the commotion of the music and stuff like that. In the original one, it seemed a bit random that all of a sudden, you know, she's dancing for Jabba, and then all of a sudden she just wants to break free. But this one,
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It seemed I understand what he was trying to do, and they're showing how exalted Jabba is, right? Like here's this number just for him.
Yeah.
It's would have been very random in the cantina.
Hey, look, it's a good point. It's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a tricky one. Hey, I'll
Yeah.
decide.
Yeah, I will pretty much always side with puppetry and animatronics and, you know, practical effects.
Usually, yeah, but then when it's really lazy and it
Oh.
could have been done easily better, then hey.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, I'll go with you on this one actually. Yeah, I think that's a good choice.
Benjamin.
I reserve the right to review both scenes
Yeah,
again
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
before I make any decision.
Pass judgment.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Cool.
Why don't people who are plugged in at turnsounds.com message us and let us know, hey, we're dead wrong on both of those
Yeah.
somehow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and maybe if you've got suggestions about what could be the lesser of two evils of other choices.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, now we can look forward to...
The sacred Jedi text! My programming forbids me from translating it.
I'm Anthony Daniels.
No.
I dedicate this
my
audio
memoir.
book to Andrew Green.
Oh, man. Can you
To
imagine?
myself for the amazing accomplishment.
Yeah. For over 40 years. Oh, boy.
You're really making me want to actually turn this on and
No other actor in the history of film has played the same character over 40 years.
Do you know, I didn't even know people didn't like C-3PO until I met you, Andrew. He still is one of my favorite characters.
Wow.
C-3PO.
I don't see. Are
You're
there
allowed
many
to be
people who
misguided.
don't like C-3PO, or is it just Anthony Daniels?
Maybe it's Andrew who's like created this presence around
Yeah.
everywhere I go.
I think unfortunately C-3PO is Anthony Daniels, and I don't think you can separate the two.
Has
So
he
look,
done
you know what?
anything
I'll
else?
You know what? I will hold back on my continued lambasting of both 3PO and Anthony Daniels until after I've listened to the
Okay.
autobiography.
That's reasonable.
Alright. Oh, actually,
You know, they see often you see people, if they hate a character, then they'll send hate mail to the actor and house with them and stuff. And it's this problem of, you've got to separate the character and the actor.
Yeah.
With Andrew, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
On the actor, and you're taking it out on the character.
That's right, exactly right. Yeah, the actor annoys me, and now I don't like the character.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, dear.
That's how that works.
Goodness gracious me.
Oh, that was a good one.
I'm upset by that already.
there you go. That was just for you.
No.
So today on our Sacred Jedi text, I'm bringing you to. We do a script read here for anyone who doesn't know. I'm taking you to the Lars homestead. Where else would you rather be except for when it's on fire?
Yeah. Except when the stormtroopers turn
Yeah.
up.
Episode 4 this is, and this is the conversation between 3PO and Luke. And you remember how we bring different voices into
Oh,
these
yes.
sometimes?
Oh no. Yep. Cool.
Benjamin, you will be taking the role of Luke, and you'll be doing it in the voice of Michael J. Fox from Back to the Future.
I thought you were about to say Michael Jackson, but okay, Michael J. Fox.
Oh, no.
We're not brave enough for that.
Which could mean, Andy, you're 3PO, and you'll be doing it the voice of Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future.
Great Scott!
Jeez, boy. Okay, here we go.
I forgot that I was way too close then.
This is why I need a compressor. Alrighty. So, here we go. Interior, Lars Homestead, garage area, late afternoon. The garage is cluttered and worn, but a friendly, peaceful atmosphere permeates the low-grade chamber. 3PO lowers himself into a large tub filled with warm oil. Near the battered land speeder, little R2 rests on a large battery with a cord to his face.
Thank the maker. This oil bath is going to feel so good. I've got such a bad case of dust contamination I can barely move.
Nice. R2 beeps a muffled reply. Luke seems to be lost in thought as he runs his hand over the damaged fin of a small two-man skyhopper spaceship resting in a low hangar off the garage. What?
I think
I didn't write this, don't ask me.
Explain
That's the
yourself.
script.
I think they've changed part of that scene. So he's obviously walked in, and in the original scene, he's run his hand over a skyhopper. But in the
Oh, isn't he like playing with
but
a
he's
spaceship?
playing. He's playing with a T-16 skyhopper in a chair.
They like ordered the prop and then it came as like a toy.
Yeah.
No, it's supposed to be.
They got it off. The problem is they got it off Wish. That's why.
Yeah, wish.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, finally Luke's frustrations get the better of him and he slams a wrench across the workbench.
Okay, all right. I'm trying to remember. Doc, it just isn't fair. Oh, Biggs is right. I'm never going to get out of here.
Is there anything I might do to help?
Okay.
This is great. Luke glances at the battered robot. A piece of his anger drains. A tiny smile creeps across his face.
Well, not unless you can alter time. Wait a minute. Oh, no, that's right. The movies haven't come yet. Okay.
Other movie.
All right. Speed up the harvest or teleport me off this rock.
Great Scott! I don't think so, sir. I'm only a droid and not very knowledgeable about such things. Not on this planet, anyways. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure which planet I'm on.
Well, if there's a bright center to the universe, you're on the
It's so good.
you're on the planet that's farthest from.
I see, sir.
You can call me Luke.
I see, sir, Luke.
Just Luke.
I am C-3PO, human-cyborg relations, and this is my counterpart, R2-D2.
Hello.
R2 beeps in response. Luke unplugs R2 and begins to scrape several connectors on the robot's head with a chrome pick. 3PO climbs out the oil tub and begins wiping oil from his bronze body. Toweling off. Ooh.
Oof. Oh, I got it. Ooh, got hot in here, guys.
You got a lot of carbon scoring here, pal. It looks like you boys have seen a lot of action.
With all we've been through, sometimes I'm amazed we're in as good a condition as we are. What with the rebellion and all. Great Scott!
Doc, you're telling me you fought in the rebellion against the Empire?
That's how we came here to be in your service, if you take my meaning.
Have you been in many battles?
Several, I think. Actually, there's not much to tell. I'm not much more than an interpreter and a scientist, and not very good at telling stories. Or not at making them interesting anyways.
And cutscene.
There you go.
Well done to the both of you.
I do enjoy the Back to the Future movies.
Yeah.
They're
they're
pretty good,
good.
aren't
Yeah. I'll definitely say, Andy, you stepped up in that one. You're able to grasp some of the finer.
Yeah, for a second there, I thought you were going to tell me I was going to have to be Anthony Daniels C-3PO, and I was going to
No, old
rage
friend.
quit.
I wouldn't do that
Rage
to you.
quit.
And congratulations to you, Benjamin, for getting like the voice breaking.
Yeah, that was really good. You did a great job.
Michael J. Fox. He's sitting quite still. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I do like that
He's
guy.
still acting. I saw him in an episode of Good Wife the other day, like making, the cerebral palsy was part of the character and everything. So it's cool to see him. Sort of doing
Although I
that.
think he has, I think that episode was a while ago, so I think he has officially retired.
Right, yeah. Fair.
Is he a
It was
bartender in the episode?
Well, what's the? Oh, I'm missing
Shaking
something.
drinks.
Oh, no.
Look, I make light, but
Oh, gosh.
man, I've seen some amazing things that people with that condition can still
Yeah.
do. So,
Absolutely.
good fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing you to a new segment that we have in here. It's called Jobs in Star Wars.
We've reached the part in the program where we discuss possible jobs in Star Wars.
So,
Ooh.
Star Wars is a big universe, ladies and gentlemen. We know that there are, slaves, there are politicians,
Sanitation departments.
there are sanitation. We know that there are diners and stuff like that. But I want to say, what are the other jobs that would exist in Star Wars? And I've got one today that I
Okay,
bring.
all right,
and
sure.
we'll elect one of us sort of every now and again, and we'll bring something. I want to say to you, Ben, your protocol droid at home
Yeah.
is acting up. It's broken. It's on the fritz. Who do you call? Your very own home droid repairer service. I'm
Okay.
gonna say
Interesting.
with all of these cyborg type human relations in the home, I'm just a simple lawyer or a doctor. I
Yeah.
need someone to come and fix my droid. I want to say droid repairer, both home and office.
Yeah.
It's going to be a job.
That would be sensible. I mean, you know, it's a secure job.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to run out of droids.
Yeah.
Unless somebody builds like a droid that fixes droids, and then you're out of a job.
This is true. But then who fixes the droid that fixes droids?
Other droid fixes.
But who fixes them?
It's a symbiont circle, my friend.
Interesting.
It's like a
I
big long line of back
your
scratches.
back, you scratch mine.
Exactly.
Yeah, interesting.
You weld my back, I weld yours.
I think that's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then so you'd have maybe like the droids that do it and stuff. That's like the high end. That's the expensive repair place. And then you go to someone like Chewie, who's just got the welding tools, like you were saying with C-3PO, puts the head on the wrong way, but he gets the job done cheap.
And then you've got the underground guys like Babu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. He's the
100%.
home droid repairer.
He's a home droid repairer.
He can mail himself straight to you.
That's right, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't take up a lot of
We come
space.
to you. Same day delivery.
Oh boy.
Oof.
That's
And
cool.
this has been, wow, we timed that well. All right.
did.
This has been Jobs in Star Wars. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Benjamin, you have a corner, I do believe.
I do believe, yes. I haven't
Oh, sorry.
Whoa.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
Thank you. I haven't got like one specific thing like I often do for this time, but I'm doing a bit more listening now to some interviews and things like that. In particular, Star Wars Newsnet did one with J.W. Rinsler, who's written behind-the-scenes books for all three of the original trilogy. I'm reading his Aliens behind-the-scenes book at the moment, so after that, I'm going to go into the Star Wars ones, and I'll have some more for you from that. But at least listening to him talk is just fascinating to hear about just George Lucas and all these things from behind the scenes. So a couple of things that stood out are, well, just about George in general. So we obviously, there's a million different versions of the stories behind Star Wars of, George had it all planned out from the start, but he couldn't do the prequels, and so he had to start with episode 4. And then other ones where he just had the first story and didn't have any idea what else he wanted to do, and everything's different. And so this question sort of came up of like, which version's the right one? And really the answer was that if you put a George Lucas from each decade into a room, they would all have completely different opinions, and they'd all be arguing. So that, you can see that in interviews that he'll say something one year and then the next year he'll say something completely different about what he had planned and stuff like that. So that's not to say he's bad at his job or anything like that, but from just as a creative, he just enjoys that sort of spontaneity, I suppose, and changing things up and just being flexible to do whatever he thinks is best for the movie. So that kind of plays into you see the special editions constantly being changed. He says, I wanted this to best suit my original vision, and then he'll go and change it again. It's like, okay, what was the original?
Yeah.
But apparently even for Empire, like some of the last few shots, the movie was released and it was about to go out in other countries, and then he added a few extra shots and was still sort of changing it after it was released.
Wow.
That's...
And has he at all responded to any of those claims where people are saying you're not really being consistent with your story here, saying one thing and then another?
I don't know if anyone's approached him or talked to him about that so much. No, I'm not sure, to be honest. Yeah.
Because you do make a bit of a meme out of yourself. Like, I know that certainly J.K. Rowling is going through this at the moment where it's like, 20 years ago I had the plan of, making this character do this. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Totally.
That was never planned out.
Yeah.
But more so that also, while he's spontaneous, because of the way that, show business is sometimes, movie business, where you never know what contract you're going to get, or sometimes an idea will be approved and you have to go with it. If he comes up with an idea and that's happening, then his mind is 100% in that, and that's always the way it was, and this is just the thing that he's committed to now. So it's just part of how his creative brain works, I suppose. It comes off as a bit funny sometimes.
Well, one thing that's typically agreed upon, Andy, do you remember what the original working title was for Star Wars?
Wasn't it Journal of the Wills, Legacy of Star Killer,
The
or
Adventures
something?
of Luke Starkiller.
That's right,
and some Whisper of the Wills.
It had Wills and it had Star Killer.
The Book of the Wills or something.
That's it, yeah.
So, with that in mind...
It was a massive title.
I've only read the Wills thing in the James Cameron book. I haven't heard that much elsewhere, but I could be wrong.
Interesting.
Spreading misinformation since 2019.
Yeah, who knows? But it wouldn't surprise me if he said then, like, I had this idea of the Wills right from the start, which he probably didn't have at all, or
I think
there's just different versions of the story.
I think the Wills, it was the original working title, and so the only reason it kind of comes back up in the canon, so to speak, is because Gareth Edwards, the director of Rogue One, decided to kind of add all these little homages and nods throughout the movie. Otherwise, I don't think there'd be any kind of connection to that whatsoever.
Yeah, right.
Not even Gareth Edwards, the other guy that wrote it. I'll think of it.
Yeah, but I guess a lot of this just goes to show as well. Well, two sides of it. One is that, yes, we've criticised Disney a lot for their handling of the latest trilogy of not planning it out so well, but if you look at all the rest of them, that's kind of how even the prequels, like, he probably had a vision of some things, but George didn't write 1, 2, and 3 and then produce them. He wrote 1, made it, and then moved on to writing 2 and deciding how he wanted to do that. So it was very much just one thing at a time, just see what ideas come and see what happens rather than planning it all out beforehand.
Even like Luke and Leia being brother-sister, like, I guess we'll just... Yeah.
Well, like, so you'll hear him in interviews now saying that was his plan from the start to have them all related and but then you read
George.
other scripts of Empire Strikes Back, and there's one where they're cousins, one where they're not related at all, one where it's romantic, and so that you can really see that there wasn't.
And you can tell in like the expanded universe stuff between episode 4 and episode 5. So from the original release of in 77, in 78, A Splinter of Mind's Eye by Alan Dean Foster came out.
Oh, okay.
Which was the first of the expanded universe novels. Don't touch it. So it was called Splinter of Mind's Eye, and it's all about this crystal that they're trying to keep away from Darth Vader, and it's Luke and Leia, and it's it doesn't develop into anything romantic, but it is kind of heavily kind of. There is definitely
This
an
is
interest
Ben's
there.
corner, you know.
No, that's
I'm just saying, like,
So
it's very
this
clear that there
was-
wasn't a lot of
This
direction.
was before.
So this is before
Return
Empire.
of the Jedi came out.
This is before Empire comes out.
Okay.
So it was released in 78. Obviously, the original movie was in 77, and then Empire was in 80. So,
there was more than one good thing to come out of that gap between
certainly was.
4 and 5.
There certainly was. But yeah, so just to riff on that point, there wasn't a lot of cohesion from 4 to 5.
Yeah, interesting.
But in this particular instance, even for the prequels, like as far as story writing, it did work out. I'm not going to say pay off, but it did work out.
Yeah.
The way that they did it, and then not so in the sequels, hey, with writing one and then to the other, not even having the same writers.
Yeah, sure.
I think we could say that because there's no kind of central.
Yeah, well,
theme
still,
or
even though they
consistent
were
vision.
not necessarily all planned out, at least they were all still written by the same guy, the prequels. So that would be one thing. Yeah.
And you can argue that's a consistent vision, even if he hadn't written it one after the other and wrote 3 all in a row. I imagine that'd be a fairly big undertaking.
But I suppose something that definitely gave me a bit of appreciation for is just the collaboration side of things, because they were focusing in this interview specifically on Empire Strikes Back and Lawrence Kasdan and the different writers who played a part in it, and the director, Irvin Kershner, and they all had their own sort of things that they brought to the table, which is what made the movie so good and so well paced and everything in the end. And so this guy, J.W. Rinsler, the author, was saying, when he goes and watches Attack of the Clones, he just feels like, it's got so much potential, because you can see these elements there similar to the original movies that were in sort of George's original script, but they just needed another extra couple of hands to come in and fine-tune some of those things.
Okay.
Just fine-tune the dialogue, fix a few of the pacing issues, and
I
so
didn't
that's
see
where that
any problem
collaboration.
with any of the dialogue in the prequels. I thought all of it was great.
You're not Andy. This wig comes right off.
Oh no!
So that's not at all to say that George Lucas is a bad filmmaker, but just to show appreciation for that sort of collaboration, how all these people bringing different things to the table really is what makes a great movie, compared to just one guy and his ideas and no one telling him no because he's so famous, sort of thing.
And that's really shown as well in the Mandalorian series, hey?
Yeah,
Whole writing team on that one, different directors. The real story that we need to get somehow is the Colin Trevorrow script for episode 9 that got thrown out.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting.
I thought that got released, didn't it?
It was released, but thrown out as far as didn't make it to the movie.
Right, as in what the story was behind why that didn't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting, hey?
One very upset Colin. Yeah.
Poor fella.
Creative differences. What was the reason? I don't know if that was the reason.
There's one upset Colin,
Yeah, usually if you wait a few years, then, and especially, once the trilogy's done and people have distanced themselves a bit, that's when more of the stories start to come out, because people aren't worried about being fired or whatever. So, it'll be interesting to see if, there's more that comes out, or just interesting stories of how it unfolded.
Depends on how long the NDAs last for.
Sure.
What will be an absolute scandal, maybe in the next 5 years, when tensions will be like, just leveling out between the whole Star Wars fandom, and people will start to like Last Jedi through Stockholm syndrome and whatnot. But it'll come out that, J.J. Abrams absolutely hates Rian Johnson for what he did in Last Jedi. And, some sort of... because at
It'll
the
be
moment...
some flare up, yeah.
At the moment, it's all, thank you for what you did, and you really progressed the story. And some people are going, is that really what you think?
Yeah,
And do you have
okay.
to... Whatever. But... whatever way it swings, I'll be there with my microphone ready. Yeah.
Waiting for it.
Because you got to wonder if you set up these whole bunch of leads and then the next guy goes, see you later to
Sure.
that and that and that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Hey. Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye out.
All right.
That'd be cool.
We have got no disintegrations and the dialect of the day along the way. Before we jump in with our people who are plugged in at turnsounds.com, you lucky people. Well, we're the lucky ones, actually, thanks to you. Thanks very much
we
for
are.
that.
Yep, absolutely.
No disintegrations. I reckon we're good for that. Why not?
No disintegration.
No disintegration.
Look, I'm a bit
Republic credit.
I'm a bit tired today.
Great Scott!
So I'm going to let you guys off listening to something and I'm going to insert it in post.
Oh.
Don't say I never do anything for you. All right?
Okay. What are we going to be forced to listen to on the playback?
You'll see. Well, when this happens very, very often, it's Bowie. So, but yeah, David Bowie.
Oh, really?
That's what it's going to be. All right.
Did I get
Today
a veto?
on No Disintegrations. No, you do not.
No, Andrew.
Oh,
You do
sorry,
not.
Alpha.
It was allowed.
My boy Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon too. Their ground is high. What Obi-Wan will do will slice Darth Maul in two. But who trained Maul behind it all has unlimited power?
Okay, what are we talking about? Stuff we like about Star Wars, and who better to lead the charge? I'm waiting for someone to claim who's better to lead the charge.
I can lead
Andy.
it. I can lead it.
Natural born leader.
Sorry, I thought, yeah, that's absolutely right. So look, I was watching, as I said, Rogue One, and Jeddah is just, I know it's not much of a planet or a moon, I suppose, technically what it is.
Is
But
it really?
It's a moon, yeah. It's a moon of a larger planet called Narjada, I think. Anyway.
Nashada?
No, similar sort of thought behind it. Anyway, I like that. I like that little moon with its monastery and kind of its Force history.
A lot of history.
And you've got the giant statues of Jedi in the desert that have fallen over. It's a
Did all that get blown up as well, or just the city?
I think just the city, but I'm assuming like the surrounding area got kablamoed as well and zapanized.
It's really just one giant crater, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was only a single engine ignition. So, but yeah, I like that they've added all that in there. I'd like to have seen maybe a bit more, and maybe it's covered in comics and some other media that I haven't seen. But I would have liked to seen some more of the Force traditions and some of the history in the planet and all of that. I'm big on that sort of stuff. But yeah, I like Jeddah. Jeddah's pretty cool.
Jeddah is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fallen
it's
statues are nice.
And the kyber crystals.
Alrighty, Benjamin, why don't you take us away?
Sure thing. So just the moment of arriving on Cloud City, you've heard them talk about this mysterious guy, Lando. Okay, he's Han's old friend or whatever. And it only lasts a few seconds, but just that moment of doubt where Lando's like messing with him.
Yeah.
I brought you here. I can't remember what he says, but
You got a lot of nerve coming here.
Yeah. It's fun. It plays on your expectations. You don't quite know. Because every other avenue they've got, there's no real safe place to go. So you're like, hopefully this works out. Then they arrive and he seems to not be happy that they're there. So yeah, it's just very fun little moment of doubt.
Yeah.
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 It's a nice touch. It
From
adds some depth.
mine today, I don't know if you've actually done this one already, Ben, but this came across my radar. We'll see.
No,
We'll
you're
see.
the one going and copying.
I said I'm not sure. I don't know.
Oh.
Yoda's hut or Yoda's hovel, ringing any bells?
Not.
I'll
I mean,
take it. This is
Kinda
mine.
aware.
This
We're
is,
aware of
is
it.
100% me. I like that they showed how small it is by the fact that Luke is cramped and he's hitting his head and he has to kind of crouch and walk around in there. That's it, pretty much. I think it's a very simple thing to overlook, but hey, come eat some horrible food in my tiny house.
Yeah.
It's nice. Adds to his frustration as well. Like, what a waste of time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine him making that hut though?
That's what my next line.
I'm pretty sure in one of the blueprint books or whatever, or like one of these for
Star Wars.
Empire Strikes Back, whatever, that the little pod you see him arrive in episode 3 is like part of it under all the dirt and everything.
Whoa.
Oh, interesting. It could
There's
be.
probably a few different versions of it, so who knows? But yeah, I think that because it's the same shape, kind of. Really.
Well, they
Yes.
might have, and so maybe that's where they modelled the pod on for
yeah,
episode 3, and they
possibly,
went,
yeah.
oh, let's model that, and that'll tie in nicely.
I also want to point out that I think Yoda's got like the Google Home type thing because you notice when Luke is leaving, like this is when Yoda has passed away. Luke leaves the hut, he turns and looks at the house, and then all the lights just dim on their own, and like
Ah, yeah,
all the
good
fires
point.
went out. I was like, yeah,
That's good.
That's a good point.
smart technology. It's moving along.
Master Yoda has passed away. Turning off lights. I don't know. something.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Yep.
LED, starts doing an LED strobe fest, pumping out dance music.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, you remember the dialect of the day.
You can understand that thing?
That's where we take a line from Star Wars, one of the creatures, the aliens, and say, hey, look at this. And you two gentlemen can guess who's... I'm waiting. If you don't get this, my goodness me. All right.
No, setting high expectations.
This is one of those
Right.
things as well, when it's just the audio alone, it's like, oh, man, have a listen. Who is this?
Don't play that again, please. Oh,
I had to listen to that a few times, and after a while, your stomach just starts to go, oh,
yeah,
like,
I feel
yeah.
sick already.
yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Who was that?
We had a guy last week from the same scene, didn't we? Or was it the week
Oh,
before?
no.
Hold it down, man. Hold it down.
There you go.
Geonosians, are they not?
Yeah, the actual name of the dude himself, his name comes up in the Clone Wars a
Oh,
lot.
it's like Sun Fei or something?
Poggle the Lesser
Oh, Poggle. Yeah, okay.
is his name, apparently. What a title to be called the Lesser.
There is a story behind that, and
Sure there is.
I'll share that one day.
All
If
right.
the listeners ask for more of Andrew's Corner, you can hear about Poggle the Lesser. It's kind of poetic.
All right, we're going to leave it there, and we're going to now move ahead to people who have plugged in at turnsounds.com, and that's an opportunity that you, the listener or the watcher, can take. You can seize that if you haven't already, because it helps us out. Helps us out a whole lot. We're looking to get a new desk, potentially.
Hopefully.
And those dollars of yours would go straight to that, because we could get some great stuff that'll make my life a whole lot easier, so why not consider that? You can be a host of the show. Why not? Take it over.
Whoa.
Whoa, that's a big.
Whoa. Selling this whole
Best
show
star
for
pilot
a
in the
couple of
galaxy.
bucks.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Hey, it's affordable. But until then, I've been your host, Isaac Mark Anthony. Yeah. What was I? I don't even think I introduced
I don't
anything.
think we actually introduced ourselves
Hi,
this episode.
I'm your host, Isaac Mark Anthony, signing off. Admiral Isaac Barr, standing by.
Anthony Daniels signing off.
Oh, God. Andrew Green, who doesn't know what's going on anymore. Hello, everybody.
Did you ever?
Thank you for listening.